Welcome everyone to round 10 of the FNL series. We are at Silverstone, Britain. As you can see, it's a wet qualifying session. I've decided to start a little later than usual just because of the wet conditions. There's no need to see the starting 10 minutes. As you can see on the left hand side, 14 drivers are in. I think we're expected to see maybe 15 to 16 as Yumpsy catches the car brilliantly. And he also has the fastest lap at this stage with a 1:36.9, with Davies right behind with a 1:37.3. Rappel is the only driver so far to have retired, maybe on his own, but we are unsure at this time if it is going to be a dry race or if the conditions are going to stay wet throughout qualifying and in the race. We have a sector 1 yellow on lap 2, apparently. Seems to be Yumpsy still pushing. Maybe we can go with telemetry. No, he's going into the pits. So he's currently got the fastest lap so far in qualifying. And let's go and put on some telemetry just to see how they are ERS wise when it comes to these hot laps in these Tetris conditions here at Silverstone. And Ghost comes in with a 1:36.9, his highest qualifying position place in FNL so far. It is also showing that the track might be drying up. I'm not seeing as much rain as they were in the start of the session. But Ghost is really showing that he's got plenty of juice in the tank. As Cade has retired. Looks like he's just retired at the start-finish line. He's caught the inside curb and absolutely destroyed that Aston Martin. Ghost is on full ERS save. I'm unsure if he's on another lap or not because it's wet conditions. These drivers can do a few laps on intermediates. But is Mendy on a lap? Yeah, so Mendy's on a lap. So what I'll do is I'll toggle on the second view and I'll leave it on. So we'll be watching on the top right corner of Mendy. So the people that are streaming that I've noticed they are streaming in Discord is I've also got their POVs up, so I can toggle between those POVs throughout. So I'm going to leave it on his qualifying while we watch. Try and find someone else like Masticles here who is also on his lap. So we can see two qualifyings basically being set at the same time. The one issue is I won't try and do this and then have like a replay show at the same time because it'll be a screen within a screen and we don't want that. Masticle's coming off the throttle nice and early, completely off the throttle, doesn't want to spin the side of the car. And we can see actually Mendy coming up to the second to last corner, I think, off that turn there. Yeah, as we're going next to the pit lane. Let's see what Mendy's time is when he comes across the line. Will he improve his time? So 1:38 for Mendy. The one issue with doing that is the white screen that pops up every time I click off. So Davies has reclaimed the top position so far in qualifying. I can't tell, a 1:36.8. Yeah, 1:36.8. I can't tell. Color contrast is not fantastic when it's like that. Yamsi's on his lap, so we'll stay on board with him since he's actually no longer the title he's not the leading driver in the championship. That goes to Davis. So no, Dills. So Dills is now leading the championship, I believe. I'll have to double check with the points. I'll do that now while we witness the battle for the top spot in Yamsi's qualifying. Let's have a look at the race results. So after... Okay, wait, no, I have to go to standings. Has the standings been updated? Bruh. They didn't raise results? Or is that just the 10? Alright, current standings not available. So, I'm pretty sure off memory Dills is leading. But we have not seen the spreadsheet of Repel at this stage. See how Yumsy goes in his qualifying session today. Seems to not be improving his time. He's actually a lot slower. Like a lot slower. Maybe he's trying to push this lap to go up in the scoring sheet, as Dills is actually far behind. He's in P7. With only 30 seconds left in the qualifying session, and that's a huge incident. I wanted to get on top of someone. So Mendy will give us the POV, and yeah, that car is just completely like straight lined into the wall there. So we'll go back on deals. He's 2/10 up on his time. That will place him into the top 2. So if he stays within that 2/10 range, he's in the podium spot in qualifying. As Mendy's made had a mistake, and no, he actually stays in his current position. Sorry, 2/10. I was thinking seconds for some reason. So Dills promotes himself to 5th. Yumsy's last attempt, slaps himself into P1. Has Davies got anything to reply to him? I'm not sure if you want to be on the inside or the outside at Silverstone. Keeps the car within the white lines. Through maggots and maggots as he goes through. Mendy has invalidated his lap. He won't be finishing. Ghost has secured top 3 for now. See what Match Scores and Vas can do when we see the likes of Davies come across the line. Final turn. Is Davies going to improve? He does not. He did improve, but not enough to claim the pole position. So Yamsi, once again, on his return, has claimed pole position here at Silverstone with his title contender that he's trying to chase back down again due to his absence is Dills, and Dills is currently in P5. So he's got that Lewis Hamilton energy, and he's at his home Grand Prix. I will return back on the mic once we get set to go on the formation lap. 4, 5 red lights. And away we go here for round 10 at Silverstone. And it looks like a pretty strong start from Yumpsy, getting the first turn under wraps. It is a dry start from their wet qualifying session. A few cars going wide, but very much untouched from all the drivers. And we see a car actually of Dutchy going down the inside of Ghost. And we're going to see some action straight away from these drivers as Dutchy's trying to ring it around the outside on Ghost, who's on the medium compound. So he's going for the long strategy. And he loses a starting spot. Dills is also on the mediums, and we have the three boys at the front, I think, on the softs. We'll actually have a quick look at the details to see what compounds they went with due to the fact it was a wet qualifying session. So Yumpsy's opted for the quick softs. He'll be making a huge margin gap. It is a soft medium strategy race here. And we see another position of Kane and Rappel going side by side. He's got to flick towards the outside. Max Verstappen like going around the outside. No, he's got to hold behind him for now and do the sensible thing and wait. But yeah, Yumpsy on those softs is going to try and push for a huge margin compared to Davies on those mediums, as well as Dutchy on the softs. He's trying to outpace him all the way through. Deals is obviously the lead champion so far, with the points unknown due to the standings not being uploaded at this time. But we know he's in front. Same in the Constructors' Championship, but with both Mercedes drivers actually racing for the first time in a long time together, they will take the Constructors' lead no matter what, unless they both retire. Well, we're looking like a pretty composed race so far. 14 drivers in the race, our lowest margin this season in race starts. It hasn't been a big showing since the long 2-week break, waiting for this game to show updates. Drivers are still nowhere to be seen, probably on the realm of New World. But we got Dutchy going down around the outside on Davies there. Yeah, those medium compound, they are going for the long strategy, not opting for the rapid fast start rather than the composed and middle ground, I would say, and then hold into a really fast finish. The issue with FNL is quite known for safety cars, so starting on the medium compound is quite a gamble. I would never start on a medium compound in an FNL race, or any league race for that matter, since safety cars are so prominent around these tracks. So we've got quite a close battle going through Maggots and Beckett's, a fantastic camera angle of all the cars sweeping through the slalom, and then we can toggle on to Rappel sweeping coming out of there into the drag of Technique and Null, which is just a drag race at this point. No DRS enabled for these drivers at this stage until the following lap. And we get a very good view of Null just going around the inside of Technique there. So nice, smoothly done with that Red Bull livery shining white like a Haas and an Alfa Romeo. So yeah, let's see if Kane is going to follow the back of Rappel as he goes side by side, a little forcing him out wide. And Technique's got not as much room as he wanted, and Kane wants to slip down the inside as well and get that move done on the Haas driver, and he does. Technique loses 2 positions in one corner and then nearly outbrakes himself into a collision into the back of Rappel. So Null's trying to catch up on the back of Vass here. New Red Bull livery for until the next update most likely, which is probably in 7 months time. But we have Ghost and Davies fighting now, both on the medium compound. Both got the Ferrari engine. Can the second... Oh, that was a slight contact with the rear left tyre, nearly causing Davies to blindside across, as we can see Ghost effect on that lovely touch. So let's see if Ghost can try and make a run through Maggots and Beckett's into the DRS, because you can cut that corner quite nicely there. Just downshift. No, not real... proper braking through here, but more or less just engine braking from downshifting. He's currently 4 tenths behind, and he's going to stay behind for now, even though he wanted to take a peek there. And we got Vass and Null there. Null just finally getting past Vassa there on those soft compound tires. If you're on the softs at the start, you want to try and make as many positions as possible going through here, and Kane trying to do the same, but on the mediums, as he's trying to get past a very defensive Rappel. Rappel starting in the bottom 10, as now, due to his retirement in qualifying, trying to earn his places up. Everyone that's starting on fresh tyres due to the qualifying being wet, so don't get mistaken by the compounds that drivers are using. Kane opting to try and stick his nose down the inside. If he takes a small touch in that inside pod there, he's going to spin around instantly, so he'll stay away from there as Yamsi's 1.8 seconds in the lead. And we'll go back towards Mendy, who wants to try and make a move on Masticles. Masticles currently carrying the team in P3 in the championship. It's currently McLaren, Mercedes, and Alfa Romeo. Not Alfa Romeo, and Alfa Tauri. I think it's either them or Ferrari. So Mendy actually braking and coming through. Look at all the time gain through there, using all the extension rotors he can. DRS is now enabled. Masticles doesn't have DRS. He's got to slide down the inside. Masticles is on the softs, but Mendy flies past him like he's also on the softs, and he gets the job done. But those soft compound, you can brake a lot later than those mediums, and we think we might see a break here. No, we won't. But we're going to toggle to this train of cars that is starting from Dutchy, who is 2.1 seconds away from the lead. Goes to started in P3. Has only fallen one position since the opening 5 laps. All the drivers, except for Yumpsy and Dutchy, the 5 drivers behind, are all on the medium compound. So they are on a completely different strategy, and Kane is already in the pits for his first pit stop. He is banking for a safety car to try and regain any time loss that he's gotten currently in the pits. It is one of the longest pit stops in the F1 calendar due to its, not just because of its length, but it's a 60-kilometer zone. So we've got the DRS train from Dutchy still continues. We'll stay on board with Ghost since he's in between Davies and Dills at the moment. As I think Dills is nearly trying to go around the inside there. Sorry for just clicking off screen at that moment. So Dills has to hold off that move. And he's just going to stay behind Ghost. We're going to see this probably for a few more laps of this towing action. Rappel with a 3-second time penalty, only lap 6 into the Grand Prix. Those will most likely stack a lot longer over time. He's probably going to finish around 9 seconds. Once you get it so early, you just tend to forget track limits, and you just keep cutting them if you just do it this early. You're just like, screw it, I've already got 3 seconds. Let's just keep pushing. So Masticles, we have basically 2 trains, Dutchy to Dills, and we got Mendy to Null, and then basically, Mendy all the way down to Technique. It's just 2 different trains. And then there is Yumpsy, who's actually fallen a full second off his current pace, with Dutchy consistent on the 1.6 now rather than the 2-second mark. One-tenth is the difference now between Null and another gained position. Is he going to send it to the inside? He's not, but he's very close to that gearbox of Masticles. Masticles, who is actually also on the soft compound, is losing the pace to Mendy at the moment. 6/10. This is probably a move that we're going to see down the inside. He is going to go down late. Masticles readjusts, slight contact. Null trying to use as much track as he can and squeeze Masticles out, making small contact. No damage to the front wing, but this DRS train is continuing because Null cannot get past Masticles with the help of that DRS. And he's going to send it down the inside of Masticles, forcing him out wide, but Masticles is going to retake that position off circuit, being forced out wide, and that's fantastic defending overall from Masticles there on Null. Is he going to do a max and he wants to send it? No, he's going to hold his composure and wait for the next part of DRS, because Mendy's enjoying this, watching this battle behind him, because it could possibly give him a moment to break that toe if these guys continue to battle. But Null's right on the back of Masticles due to the fact that his softs that are slightly less worn overall from battling. And let's see how he goes. He flicks to the outside and then he's going to stay around the outside, and Masticles is going to enjoy this inside defending. Oh, slight wheel-to-wheel contact there once again, and Null trying to opt around the outside. More contact on the side pod, and then on the inside, but then Masticles, he's got to get the inside of this turn, and Null actually making small contact has forced him out wide to readjust the car, and he's cut across Technique, but no damage for Technique or a big incident from that moment, but Null just making slight contact from Masticles. It was contact throughout that whole exchange. And he's lost nothing but position. He's sent it down the inside on Vasa, and Vasa's just giving him a nut. And he's got to flick it down the inside. Null's now looking impatient, and Technique looks like wants to get involved in this party, making a small touch on that gearbox as well. Voodoo with a 3-second time penalty. And then Null radically moving to the inside and then returning back to the outside, to the racing line. Maybe Null is a little frustrated with how he's played out, losing a position to Vas. But he tried for that defending throughout, and then Rappel's actually jumped up from the body contact of Null and Masticles. So Rappel has now gained 2 positions from that exchange, and Vas has gained 1 position. The battle at the front, the boys that are enjoying the toe. Yumpsy is now 3 seconds in the lead. He was losing a few tenths. He must have done an ERS save, as Dutchy's going to lose the position to Davies around the outside on those mediums, and he makes the job look so easy. And then Ghost is still within DRS. He's just watching the battle from a 3/10 mark at this stage, and then Dills is still at his P5 position with these boys. So not a lot of movement up there, and then Null has actually gone into the pits. He's potentially looking for an undercut moment. These are fresh softs, so the soft to medium race is definitely on the cards. Still 310s, Dills, Ghost, and Dutchy, all the same amount of distance between each other. All on different strategies. Dutchy on the soft, Davies on the mediums, and so is Ghost and Dills. So Dutchy trying to have the race start like Yumpsy did, breaking away with those softs and keeping that distance. But at this stage, Yumpsy is just walking away. 3 seconds in the lead. And Ghosty is still trying to get here, but yeah, that DRS toe, what can you really do? You got to try and make all the time up in Sector 2 when there's no DRS at all. Because there's DRS in Sector 1 and Sector 3. So you got to gain all your time to try and make a move within those moments. Dutchy has pulled the trigger and he's gone into the pits. 16 laps on those mediums. That is going to be a perfect number for those. So we'll be seeing the likes of Yumpsy going into the pits possibly in the next lap or so, because Dutchy falls all the way down to P11 with that pit stop. Sector 2 yellows, that's Kane. Kane is in the gravel. The last known image I could quickly see on the track map is him close to null. There is Masticles and Vass go into the it's only Masticles going into the pits. Yeah, are we able to see like how worn his tires are? No. Looks like he's going to be pitting this lap, or it looks like the detail is showing he is 10 laps on those softs. He's most likely going to fall all the way to P9. I think it's roughly like a 28-second pit stop. Something like that. Oh, Dutch is 32, yeah, so 28 seconds, roughly. So I think Yamsi's going to go into the pits now. Is he going to go into the pits? No, he's extending. As we have Ghost and Davies go side by side on the mediums again. And Dills is just still watching from afar. He's closed him out. Side by side again. He has the better straight line speed. And then they spread out once again. Fastest lap goes to Cade. Is Yumsy going to go into the pits this lap? He's extending these softs for quite some time now. As Davies goes around the outside of Ghost. Ghost looks like he wants to put his nose down the inside again, try to defend that line. And Bad Voodoo is actually retired. And that has prompted a safety car as soon as Yumpsy goes in the pits. So more luck goes his way. Yumpsy getting the perfect pit stop. Dutchy goes in the pits. He's got to put on some fresh mediums himself, most likely. Or go to softs till the end. It's up to him. Honestly, what would you do if you were these boys? I think they have to pit. But safety car, brake. Safety car is finally in this lap. And Yumpsy is biting the gun now as Norg actually gets a poor start there, lining up the rear tyres. So Yumpsy's already nearly put a full second just off the first turn alone. Cars coming through turns 1 and 2. Doesn't seem to be any contact. Already good amount of distance between all the drivers already. Looking around those 2/10 marks off that restart. As Mendy's actually fallen a position. He's on the soft compound. A lot of these drivers starting on the mediums have opted for the softs at the moment. All up 7 positions off that as well. Ghost, who was with Davies and Dills at the front of the pack, now we're on the softs in the middle. Yumpsy, who took his first pit stop right before the safety car was coming out, so his luck is just growing. Mastical, Dutchy looked like he wanted to make a move there on Masticals down the inside, but I think he remembered what happened in real life within 2 drivers that wanted to make a move where it shouldn't really be, well, can't really happen, but it can if you've got the balls. Let's see how Dutchy goes as soon as he leaves the slipstream. He's trying to get a little slipstream from Null there, but Masticals actually claims that at the end. Oh, we've got a few positions being done here. Hard to keep track of all of them as Dills and Ghost looks... Oh, and Ghost is absolutely bulleted on his braking, and he's regained that position just from fantastic braking. It's going to be hard to try and get a move there when you have that inside line to defend so easily there. You got to think of what the next couple turns are when you try and make an overtake, especially on a track like Silverstone. Yeah, like making a move around the outside here is pretty good because you get the inside line into this turn here. If a driver doesn't want to cut in, he's making small contacts with Licorice. Oh, and Dills! Oh, mate. There goes the championship lead from that turn. He just was too eager to get the move done and spins. And Rappel is actually retired with a few others. And a safety car. Wow, there's like 5 people dead and I missed it. I was too focused on like Dills like dying. Sick. I'm actually going to put my headset down for like 3 laps. I'll be back. And I'm back, and the race is about to kick back off as Yumsy once again gets a brilliant start. Yumsy looks like he was, not Yumsy, Masticles looked like he was about to lose the rear end there. From 14 drivers to 10, if everyone was not getting points, well, the top 10's clearly getting some. See what angles we can get here. Is Technique, oh, Ghosty's going really wide there. Let's see how the rejoin goes. As he holds around the inside of Vass. So Vass is just going to slip behind. Guys, for the meantime, we have 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Most of these drivers probably would have gone and pitted in for fresh softs to the end of this Grand Prix, as we just had like pretty much back-to-back safety cars. So either the mediums are just brand new and people put on some softs, so they probably wouldn't have pitted anyway. Let's see how Dutchy goes flying on those mediums against Null, and he's going to stay behind him. Null got the incredible straight line speed. He's most likely using that ERS, so he's just staying behind for now. Let's try and go towards him from a better view from behind, and that is going to be Davies. So we can probably see them getting nice and close. Oh, looks like Dutchy actually just got checked up there, just having a better run overall. Yumsy already 1.8 seconds, nearly 2 seconds in the lead off the first lap alone. As looks like Dill's trying to regain some of those positions lost from that spin that we unfortunately was watching way too long due to the triple retirement of Licorice, Kane and Repel all in one sitting. Medium compound, Mendy with 3 seconds. When it comes to a race restart, it's quite hard to manage who to watch, as Vasa just flying down the inside there of Ghost. It's like those mediums are a little bit younger, as Ghost is actually going to lose 2 positions, one to his teammate, and he's going to try and defend down the inside. A little bit of whiplash coming from the rear end tyres, and he's going to lose 2 positions in 2 turns. And Dill's trying to see what positions he can gain through this as well. He's going to whip around the outside. Ghosty looks like he wants to go down the inside again, but he's going to stay behind as for that moment. But for the boys further up, Dutchy just doesn't have the pace to push past Null at this stage. Maybe Null is dumping a lot more ERS overall. But we're breaking into the 2/10 mark. So coming down to Maggots and Baggots, as Ghosty's actually lost a spot to Dills just before Maggots. And yeah, 3/10. He's practically, he just has to stay behind until he's got DRS, which will give him plenty of assistance, and get 3 seconds for that cut, as he should. Oh, it's probably the most entertaining thing I've done all race since this race. It's like dead but alive at the same time. Like, it's not like, I don't know, I feel like, oh whoa, he's gone nice and wide there, Mendy. Ghosty into the pits. I know, as soon as I see like a number that's less than 15 for like drivers, I instantly just don't vibe the race. Bigger number, better person. See, Davies just goes down the inside. No, he's actually backed out. Oh, what the whoa, what was that? It's like, what is it, latency difference? Because Null looks like he just brake checked Dutchy hard on my end. No telemetry glitch though, so vibes. That was a weird checkup. Literally no replays today as well. Like, nothing's been replay worthy. Like, that moment could have been, but again, it's just like a checkup. Oh, Dutchy, good catch. I've only replayed Dills' spin. So yeah, Dutchy finally gets, oh, look at this, and Davies actually wants to make the move as well when DRS is enabled. Is he going to send it down the inside? And he stays behind. And then Technique's trying to creep up behind Davies. Dutchy does have 3 seconds, same with Masticles, so Null can get 2 positions here if he just stays close enough. Three laps to go in this Grand Prix. 3:10 still. Doesn't look like he's going to get past Newell until DRS. It's a big assist for these drivers to get those very difficult moves done when the time where like the slipstream isn't enough. To get that 10 to 15 kilometers quicker down those straights just makes it so much easier for these drivers to make an overtake, rather than just using pure racecraft and cutting down tenths in the lap. So he's just straight line speed. That wouldn't happen unless DRS was enabled. Newell lose that position, but he'll try and sweep around maybe the inside. But no, and away he goes, because Dutchy's already gone 1.3 away from Newell as soon as he got past in one lap, and he's on the back of Masticles currently. So Newell can hold him up, but as soon as they go past, they will continue to fly forward. As Davies actually gets the fastest lap with the help of DRS, with a 1:29.1. Side by side, DRS. He was already in front before DRS was enabled. Is Davies close enough? He isn't. He actually outbrakes himself. So it's an opportunity for Davies here. Is he got to take the moment and whip it around the outside? No, he'll stay behind and tuck it in until DRS, like he did on the previous move on Newell last lap. Actually downshifts to 7. He's going 8. When does he downshift coming through here? 8th, all the way through, 7th, and then still a little flat, and then downshifts all the way to 5th on the back of Mastical. So he's taking it with a lot more confidence on those softs than the likes of Masticals on those mediums, and he's slowly falling down, cascading into Newell's grasp where DRS opens. So small trains, small battles, but nothing super fantastic here except for Yumpsy's pace. Like 2.5 seconds away from the lead. Like way too quick at his home race, Yumpsy is, for sure. Just a dominant performance nonetheless. 2 safety cars and he pulled away after every safety car and the start of the race. Technique on Newell. Out wide, defends. And Newell still has DRS, so we have a DRS train from Dutchy all the way down to Mendy. Yeah, with no practice too. It's just a different breed. Three-second time penalty. Looks like Davies wants to set up a move here. Yeah, he's got so much more confidence coming through here, more than other drivers. And it sets him up so perfectly. Look at him flying up. This is setting him up for the last lap here at Silverstone, as Yumpsy's still 3.2 seconds ahead. Yumpsy can literally cut 2 corners and just still be fine with the time. Yeah, look at all these drivers. 3-second time penalty, you fall all the way down to the bottom of this list. Yumpsy fastest lap of the Grand Prix into the 28s. Taking Dills' time of a 29.1. Oh, Vass. Don't want to do a Dills there and accelerate too early and be eager on the overtake. That's how spins occur. And then Mendy is versing... No, Dills? Dills just got past him? I don't know what happened there though. And looking at the minimap, we got 2 drivers, Ghost, who is well behind, and Yumpsy, who is well ahead. Nearly a lapping. But look at this battle here. This is when shit's gonna get desperate. Oh, slight contact with Vass. But Newell gains that position back. Who's going to get the move done while DRS? Newell's just got to go down the inside, try and defend. As Yumsy will come across the line. Is there any final moves that these drivers are going to go desperate for? Newell goes for a sweep and defend. Yumsy claims the race win and the regain of the championship lead. And this is when some positions will get shuffled around due to time penalties. But this is what our final top three is. Yumsy, Davies, and Dutchy will take it. Yumsy jumps back on top of the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship, all from the absence of the second McLaren driver, as well as the mistake under the first safety car of Dills's spin. So individual errors will occur with these drivers trying to push to the limits. But Yumsy on his return just shows that he doesn't really need to show up for every race to get back on top, but he needed to this race to get back on top. So FNL producing some goods. Hopefully there's more drivers the following week. But a sensational race nonetheless with the drivers shown. 2 safety cars, so once again we're always getting a safety car here, so safety car boogie time is still a thing. As Mendy's already decided to lead the session. Technique is your champion, Lamal. Champagne showers. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week for another FNL race as Yumsy, Davies, Dutchy, Technique, Noel, Vass, Massacles, Dills, Mendy, Ghost is your final 10. Everyone else DNF'd. Everyone gets some points. Everyone has a good time, and I'll see you guys next week.
Watch out for Ben, she might have 9 off.
I didn't